Hey guys, this is Goku, and on this channel we talk about poker and ideas that can improve your life. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and click the subscribe button because I'll be honored to have you here. Today we're gonna jump into yet another GTO Trainer session. We're playing on the Simple GTO Trainer. We're playing the spot 23 big blinds on a 23 big blind stacks, small blind versus big blind, single raised pots. This is a hold'em spot. We're just playing our second session here on the Simple GTO Trainer. We're just playing 100 hands per spot, so these are quite quick ones, and let's jump right into it. All right, and yeah, we actually haven't shown the ranges before, which we probably should have, and yeah, now when I think about this, I think I will maybe show this from now on the following sessions. But yeah, the small blinds got a 29.54% range, which is quite reasonable. And the big blinds got a little bigger range of 47%. And we can see it looks like this. Cool. Ace 9 of spades on a king 5 deuce. We're gonna bet it. Villain checks, villain calls our bet. There's a deuce of diamonds on the turn. We are going to check. And we hit an ace on the river. Now, do we bet this or do we call? Maybe do we shove sometimes here as well? I think we mainly lean towards betting half pot. Yes, we see the solver doing that 89% of the time. And it checks 11%, so this shove all in is never done with a hand like ours. And that is good to know. Aces on a 10-6-8. We're gonna bet them. Of course, villain folds. Ace king suited on an 8-3-8 with 2 hearts. We're gonna bet them. We get raised, min raised. We're just gonna call. We see the solver is shoving here 8% of the time. There's a 9 of spades on the turn. I'm gonna check. The solver does so as well, 99% of the time. And now the big blind bets half pot. Do we call? Do we shove? Do we fold? I think we gotta shove here or fold. And I think we mainly shove here, right? Yeah, 99.95. We don't fold at all. 0.05% should be a fold. Cool. Queens on a 5-4 king. We're betting. We see the solver doing 63% of checking here, so quite a lot. But the villain folds. Ace 5 off on a 10-5-4 is a bet. Villain calls. Deuce of diamonds on the turn. We're gonna check it. And surprisingly, the solver really likes this spot for a shove all in. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just trying to memorize this. Cool, so does that mean if we checked and the big blind bets now, should we shove it? I think not. We should call it, right? We should shove it. Which is very weird for me. Because I would think we're calling it here. And to allow him to bluff on the river. Right? But I guess shoving is better because we get him to fold his tens. Does he fold the tens? really. Interesting hand anyway. And quite a big EV loss, -2 BBs. Maybe a good one to evaluate later on. I think I should maybe be doing a summary session at the end. And I think I might do this after I play 100 hands of these. Then we can come back to hands where we made, I don't know, over 1 BBs of EV loss mistakes or over 2 BBs, and then just quickly analyze them. Now we've got ace-3 on a 7-deuce-3 with 2 hearts. We're gonna bet it. Yeah, there's a 9 of diamonds on the turn. We're gonna check. We see the solver betting half pot here, 51% of the time. The villain bets half pot. And do we call this? We fold. Do we shove? I think we call this, right? 99.8% of the time. And now there's the king of diamonds on the river. We're just checking. And we're falling to the bet. And instead we should be calling 99.99% of the time. So for me, this is an easy fold. But it should not be. It should be a call. Interesting, right? I mean, the EV loss is not big, but it's very interesting that the solver always calls here with our hand. Cool. King jack off on a jack 8-7. Villain leads to us. We're gonna call. The solver is doing a little bit of min raising, 6%. Now there's a 4 of hearts on the turn. Villain bets half pot. We're gonna call once again. And actually the solver prefers shoving here. EV difference is very, very small. But we see 78% of the time we should just shove it on the turn. And I guess it makes sense. And now we shove it on the river and we don't get called. And maybe, you know, the gut shot he would have called on the turn. Who knows? Probably not. 8-7-10 with 2 hearts. And we have aces. We're gonna continue. Another 8 on the turn. We're gonna continue yet again. We see the solver actually prefers checking here. And does that 83% of the time. EV difference is super small. But still. Jack 6 of clubs on a queen 7 king. Small blind checks to us. Is this a hand when you check behind? I think not. It actually is. But betting is fine too. It's 3.8% play. And the villain folds. Ace 4 off on a jack 10-9. It's gonna be a check from our side. Solver agrees. The villain leads for a half pot. We're gonna call. And this should just be a fold. Okay, so we fold an ace here. That makes sense because we have a straight flush draw and we just have an ace high, so makes sense. Now it should be a check, right? Nope, it's a bet. 99.73% of the time. I kind of like giving a free card, a possible free card or an opportunity to catch up. If I have a hand like ace-9 and I hit a ace-jack-ace board, but it seems like the solver prefers just going for it and continuing. Now I've got 5-4 on a king, queen, jack. We're gonna continue. And the solver will check here 65% of the time, which is super weird for me because I feel like If I don't bet here, I'm already giving up on the hand. And maybe I should be giving up on the hand because he's gonna call with a lot of hands here. And he's not gonna give them up. But still, interesting. 6-4 of clubs on a 7-3 deuce. Maybe that's a hand where we mean raise? Nope. Should be just a normal call. 99.96% of the time. Kinda looked like a min raise. Yeah, the min raise are always like super low, maybe 20% at max of the play. I don't know. I felt like going for a min raise here. Yeah, I should look rather on this randomizer and try to play according to this. Jack 6 of clubs on an ace 9-9. We're gonna bet, and villain folds, which is nice. King 7 off on a Jack 8-4. I'm gonna check now. Solver agrees. Another Jack on the turn. I think maybe now we can do a delayed c-bet. We should rather check again. But we can do the solver is doing a little bit of that, a little bit of betting, half pot, and we actually got the villain to fold, which is great. Jack 10 off on a King 8 deuce. The small blind bets continues. We're gonna call. And we see this is a spot for a min raise. Good for a min raise. 35% of the time. Cool. Turn is a 9, which is a great card for us. We're gonna bet half pot now. The solver agrees with this line. And it checks 40% of the time and bets half pot 60. Now there's another king on the river. And do we shove it here or do we give up? Kind of feel like we have to shove it here. And we should actually give it up a lot of the time. 85%. Shoving is fine EV-wise, but just 15%. Should be only a 15% play. So we are definitely over shoving here. I would say it's more like 50-50, so we need to adjust that. Shove here 15% of the time. Mostly give up on the hand. Cool. Queen 8 off on an A7 queen. We're gonna call it. Now there's a 6 on the turn. Villain continues betting. Do we still call here? I think we do. Solver agrees. And I think we call still here. Yeah. It's a auto hand. Kinda. All the decisions are 99% plays. But unfortunately the villains got the ace, so we lose. A7 off on a Jack 9-4. Is that a check behind or is that a bet? We'll check, and it is a check. Now the villain leads. We're just gonna fold. Solver agrees with this line. 5-4-3, 2 hearts, and we've got Queen 8. Is that a bet? Yeah, that's a bet. 95% of the time. And we have a king on the turn. Do we continue betting? Kind of feel like we do, but I'm gonna check it. Yeah, we don't continue betting here. And there's a 7 of hearts on the river. I think it's a give up, all right. Yeah, we should try and bet half pot 23% of the time, but when we check now and they bet, do we shove it here? Queen 8. No, I'm just thinking how often. Maybe we shove it here. Probably not that often. Yeah, 0.5% of the time. Yep. Cool. Ace 8 off on an 8-5-6. Small blind checks. We're gonna bet. We get raised. And I think we call this here. And the villain had jacks, but we hit 2 pair. So that's cool. Jack 10 of hearts on a 9-deuce-7. Is that a spot where we shove? Well, I think a decent percent of the time we shove here, but well, we don't actually. Should rather be call 80% of the time and maybe 20% min raise. So if we shove, it's probably on the turn. If there's an 8, let's say. No. 8 wouldn't be a shove. If there's a queen, I guess, then we shove it. Anyways, 7-4 of diamonds on a 7-4-10 with 2 hearts. Is that a min raise? Should be a call, but min raise is 8.5% of the strategy, so not that bad. We have a king of hearts on the turn, and I think we ship it. We should bet half pot. Small EV loss, but we see the solver never doing it here. That's why I'm just very interested in this. Why bet half pot here? Okay, good. Queen 9 of clubs on a king queen 6. Is that a bet? 1.8? 15% of time it is. We have another queen on the turn, so we're gonna continue betting. The solver would once again do a lot more checking with our hand, and we're gonna shove it now. Yep, and that's the most frequent play, or the only play. King for king with 2 hearts, and we've got queen 8. Villain leads to us. We're gonna call. It's a 55% call, 36% fold, and 9% min raise. And we're gonna fold now on the turn. And the villain's got a king, actually. Jack 6 of diamonds on an ace king 8 with 2 hearts. We're going to check it. The solver prefers betting and does that 90% of the time. Check is just 10%, but that's fine. There's an ace on the turn. I'm gonna bet now, half pot. We see that's the only strategy pretty much. And there's a 10 of diamonds on the river, and we shove it. Do we bet half pot? Do we check? Maybe. I think we bet half pot. It's check 57%, bet half pot 25, and overbet it 17%. Cool. All right, 25 hands played. We had 6.37 BBs of EV loss. Our frequencies, once again, way too much betting or raising, not enough checking or calling, and folding pretty much the same, so it's fine. And if we take a look at these mistakes we just made, yeah, these two over 2 BBs. And like I said, I will analyze them after we finish playing 100 hands of this spot. And if we take a look at the graph here, maybe without this, Can we not have this one? Like this. We are losing 9 BBs after 50 hands, so we are at something like minus 18 BBs of EV loss per 100 hands, which is not bad. But as you can see, that the first session we had much better result. Now it's a little bit worse, but hopefully the 2 remaining sessions will be better, and after them I will just do a quick summary, and that should be fun. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you stayed this long, please leave a comment below. Just write GTO or ask any question you might have. Please remember that I will very much appreciate if you just give me some idea of what you would like to play, what you would like me to play next. I can play pretty much any of these spots or any one of these, or maybe this 4-bet pot upswing pack, or maybe we go back to PLO and we try heads up 3-bet pot. I don't know. I'm up for pretty much anything, so just let me know what you'd like to see, and I'll be happy to do it. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.